We have completed, of the 45 bills eligible on Senate third reading, we've only heard 24. Given that, we're going to go back through one more time Senate third reading. If you intend to pass on file, the quicker you acknowledge that, the quicker we'll be able to get through Senate third reading. After that, we'll go through Assembly third reading, where we will hear 9 items, and then the governor's appointment, and there are 3 appointments to be heard. So again, we're going to go back through file items 13 through 57 as quickly as possible so we can try to conclude our business for the day by 1 o'clock. With that, file item 13, Senator Mendoza. Pass on file. File item 16, Senator Galgiani. Pass on file. File item 17, Senator Morrell. Pass on file. File item 18, pass on file. File item 19, Senator Allen. Pass on file. File item 20, Senator Hernandez. Pass on file. File item 22, Senator Nielsen. Pass on file. File item 24, Senator Hill. Pass on file. File item 28, Senator Stone. Pass on file. File item 31, Senator Wolk. Pass on file. File item 36, Senator Glazier. Pass on file. File item 38, Senator Galgiani. Pass on file. File item 40, De Leon. Pass on file. File item 47, Jackson. Pass on file. File item 51, Senator Hernandez. Pass on file. File item 53, Senator Wolk. Pass on file. File item 54, Senator De Leon. Pass on file. File item 55, Senator Stone. Pass on file. Thank you, colleagues. We'll move now to Assembly third reading. We will be hearing file items 64, 66, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 80, and 81, beginning with file item 64. Pass on file. File item 66. Senator Pan, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 156 by Assemblymember Lowe relative to hemophilia.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President. Senators, I rise today to introduce ACR 156 by Assemblymember Lowe to recognize April 17, 2016 as World Hemophilia Day. Hemophilia is a rare genetic bleeding disorder that prevents blood from clotting it normally. According to the National Hemophilia Foundation, it is estimated that more than 400,000 people are living with hemophilia, of which 20,000 are living in the United States. Approximately 75% of people living with hemophilia worldwide have inadequate treatment or no access to hemophilia treatment. Globally, most people are never diagnosed and as a result never receive treatment. ACR 156 brings awareness to those who live with hemophilia on a daily basis. World Hemophilia Day affords us the opportunity to raise awareness and support those living with hemophilia. With that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote for ACR 156.
Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Any objection to the use of a unanimous roll call? See none, ayes 34, ayes 35, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. File item 69. Senator Leno, pass on file. File item 70. Senator Monning, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1817 by Assemblymember Mark Stone, enacting to solid waste.
Senator Monning.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, Assembly Bill 1817 provides a compensation increase for the Monterey Regional Waste Management District Board of Directors that more closely reflects their workload and that of other special districts. The current board compensation was set in state statute over 26 years ago and has not been changed, even though the district has expanded its responsibilities. AB 1817 is a district bill as it only affects the Monterey Regional Waste Management District and aligns its board compensation with other similar districts. Member, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Any discussion or debate on the item? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. No. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Latta. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Anderson. No. Bates. Berryhill. De Leon. Fuller. No. Huff. Runner.
Ayes 27, noes 8. The measure passes. File item 71. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1432 by Assemblymember Bonta, enacting to bar pilots.
Mr. Wykowski.
Madam President and members, I present AB 1432 by Assemblymember Bonta, which ties up some loose ends and ensures that we give the shipping industry a wide berth in the San Francisco Bay. This significantly amended bill represents the mainstay of the work between the author, the San Francisco Bar Pilots, the Pacific Merchant Shipping Association, and myself, as unfortunately we were sailing too close to the wind on other matters. As you see, Senators, in the past, the legislature was all hands on deck just to find ourselves all at sea, adrift, without the first-hand knowledge of the facts necessary to pass a rate increase. Today, members of the Senate, the rate increase bill and my own rate-setting bill are all sewn up, having met their own bitter end. This leaves me a little down in the doldrums that we are dragging our anchors on rate and rate-setting reform. Alas, members of the Senate, I am proud to serve as skipper for this good bill as we try a new tack to show our true colors. Now, whether you're on the port or the starboard, I hope you will get this important measure underway, and maybe we can, one day in the future, push that big boat out and successfully. With that, I ask for an aye vote.
Colleagues, please give Senator Wykowski a round of applause. Discussion or debate? Senator Morrell.
I think this bill could be a pain in the aft.
Point well taken. Any further discussion or debate? Any further discussion or debate? Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Latta. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. No. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Aye.
Call the absent members, please.
Berryhill. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Lotta. Aye. Runner. Pan, no to aye.
Ayes 29, no 7. The measure passes. File item 72. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 124 by Assemblymember Calderon relative to the Arts Council.
Senator Allen.
Senators, I'd like to dance over to a different topic, and that has to do with the California Arts Council. And we'll paint a different picture and talk about ACR 124, which deals with celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Arts Council. The Arts Council was established as our state arts agency by Governor Jerry Brown 40 years ago on the basis that the arts are central to the lives of Californians. They indeed create a broad palette for our fellow Californians. It's a fact that remains true today. During its 4 decades of existence, the Arts Council has awarded thousands of grants for a total investment of $368 million. We actually honored the new National Poet Laureate here on the floor who got his start with a California Arts Council grant when he was a young poet working in the Central Valley. And that was Fran Pavley's bill, apparently, the senator from Magura. With the help of the Arts Council, California is home to more artists than any other state, and the creative industries are estimated to account for 1 in 10 jobs statewide. But citing mere numbers doesn't give a clear sense of how this investment has paid off for California, where dollar amounts large and small have transformed blight into beauty, stagnation into change, and hopelessness into inspiration. Our California Arts Council grantees and partners, past and present, carry with them countless stories of community transformation, social prosperity, cultural exchange, individual discovery, and educational growth. In closing, I want to add my personal congratulations to the Arts Council for their outstanding work over the years, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote on this resolution.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Ayes 36, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. File item 80. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 172 by Assemblymember Hadley relative to Bone Marrow Donation Awareness Month.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm very proud to present this on behalf of Assemblymember Hadley, ACR 172, which will declare May 2006 as Bone Marrow Awareness Month. Bone marrow can be used to treat a myriad of diseases. The most common include blood cancers and leukemia and lymphoma. The donor registry is vital because 70% of the patients do not have a donor match in their family. California ranks as number 1 in the country for patients searching for a match, with 984 people searing in 2015. Many people don't know that all it takes to register as a bone marrow donor is to take a simple cheek swab and to answer a few questions. It's really that easy. Only 1 in 540 people on the bone marrow registry will ever be asked to give. But for those few that have the potential to cure cancer and save a life, it's a very worthy program. For those reasons, members, I respectfully ask for your vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on this measure? Any discussion or debate? Any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Hearing none. Ayes 36, no 0. The resolution is adopted. We'll return to file item 73. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 161 by Assemblymember Waldron relative to Bladder Cancer Awareness Month.
Senator Nguyen.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise to, on behalf of Assemblymember Waldron, to present ACR 161 to proclaim the month of May 2016 as Bladder Cancer Awareness Month. In the United States, 500,000 people are living with bladder cancer. 75,000 new cases will be diagnosed this year alone, and 16,000 will die of this disease. Bladder cancer is the 5th most common cancer, exceeded only by breast, lung, prostate, and colon cancer. During this month, across the state, bladder cancer survivors and their families and friends will walk to honor those who have died, and more importantly, will raise awareness of bladder cancer. Increased awareness will promote early diagnosis and increase the chances of survival. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 36, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. File item 81, pass on file. Senator Hueso, are you prepared to lift the call on file item 15? Please call the absent members, please.
Allen, Bates, De Leon, aye. Galgiani, Wynn, Runner, Wykowski.
File. Please call the absent members, please.
Allen, Bates, Galgiani, Wynn, Runner, Wykowski. Roth, no to aye.
Ayes 22, noes 12. The measure passes. Returning to governor's appointments, file items 1, 3, and 4. Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, we have two appointments before us for the Native American Heritage Commission. We have Mary Kay Lopez Kiefer as well as Joseph A. Myers. Both appointees are brand new to this commission. Ms. Lopez Kiefer is an attorney in private practice and a member of the San Luis Rey Band of Mission Indians. Mr. Myers is an attorney who is the executive director of the National Indian Justice Center. The center provides educational opportunities to those who work tribal courts, and he is a member of the Pinolville Rancheria. Both appointees receive unanimous support. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Allen, aye. Anderson, aye. Bates, aye. Bell, aye. Berryhill, Block, aye. Canella, aye. De Leon, aye. Fuller, aye. Gaines, aye. Galgiani, aye. Glazer, aye. Hall, aye. Hancock, aye. Hernandez, aye. Hertzberg, aye. Hill, aye. Hueso, aye. Huff, Jackson, aye. Lada, aye. Leno, aye. Leva, aye. Liu, aye. McGuire, aye. Mendoza, aye. Mitchell, aye. Monning, aye. Morlock, aye. Morrell, aye. Wynn, aye. Nielsen, aye. Pan, aye. Pavley, aye. Roth, aye. Runner, Stone, aye. Vidak, aye. Wykowski, aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Ayes 37, noes 0. The appointments are confirmed. File item number 3, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, we have Mr. Eric L. Sklar, Commissioner, brand new appointee to Fish and Game Commission. He brings business experience to the board as the founder of several companies. In addition, he served as a city council member in St. Helena. He is also a hunter. We had a very robust discussion, a lot of good questions and answers back and forth between our Republican colleagues and Mr. Sklar. I believe they were satisfied with his responses. This passed on a unanimous bipartisan vote.
They are.
I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Discussion or debate? Senator Gaines.
Thank you, Madam President and members. I rise to express my concern over the two Fish and Game Commission appointees up for confirmation today, Eric Sklar and Anthony Williams. In my largely rural district, hunting and fishing our way of life, and a major contributor to the local economy. But this outdoor recreation is becoming more and more threatened due to a string of misguided decisions made by the Commission. They banned lead ammunition, prohibited the trapping of bobcats, restricted the use of hounds in hunting, and have listed wolves as a protected endangered species, despite the recommendation by Fish and Wildlife to not add wolves to the Endangered Species Act. The number of Californians who hunt has dwindled to less than 1% of the population. This is a huge impact on the local economy of my district, which is still suffering from the recession. I'm afraid the Commission, including these two appointees, has a track record of limiting hunting and fishing recreation instead of enhancing it. I was just in Shasta County over the weekend, and I met with ranchers and farmers who are concerned about protecting their livestock from the gray wolf. They've had incidents with mountain lions where both sheep and cattle have been killed. And we had numerous discussions about reimbursement for their loss. This is something that's been talked about by the Commission for over a year in terms of compensation, but currently nothing has happened. This is not some experiment. It's an attack on the people's livelihoods and way of life. There's just not a lot of empathy for my constituents in the North State, and it's for these reasons that I will not be supporting either of their appointments. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Senator McGuire.
Thank you very much, Madam President. And I'm going to make a very brief comment on Mr. Sklar. Our fisheries, particularly the crab fishery in this state, has faced the worst crisis in a century. As chairman of the Fish and Game Commission, Mr. Sklar has stood strong for the thousands who are dependent on a healthy crab fishery, and there is no one that understands the needs of our crab fleet and the salmon fleet better than Mr. Sklar, who are on that commission. So I would respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion or debate? Any further discussion or debate? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. No. Galgioni. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members, please.
Berryhill. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Galgioni. Huff. Runner.
Ayes 26, noes 9. The appointment is confirmed. And file item 4, Mr. Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, on a lighter note, we have Anthony C. Williams, also member of the Fish and Game Commission. He is a new appointee. He is part of our family because he was the former policy director under my predecessor, our former President Pro Tem, Darrell Steinberg, an incredibly bright young man who is already bringing incredible intelligence and vibrance to this Fish and Game Commission. He also passed on a bipartisan vote, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. No. Galgioni. Glazer. I Hall. I Hancock. I Hernandez. I Hertzberg. I Hill. I Wesso. I Huff. Jackson. I Lara. I Leno. I Leva. I Liu. I McGuire. I Mendoza. I Mitchell. Monning. I Morlock. No. Morell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. No. Pan. I Pavley. I Roth. I Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. I Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Berryhill. Galgioni. Huff. Mitchell.
Aye.
I Runner.
Ayes 27, noes 9. The appointment is confirmed. Senator De Leon?
Madam President, if we could please go back to Senate third reading file item number 40.
Absolutely. Senate third reading, file item 40. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1453 by Senator De Leon and Acrolein to Energy.
Senator De Leon.
Madam President, I respectfully rise to present Senate Bill 1453, which updates California's greenhouse gas emissions performance standard, known as EPS, to ensure California ratepayer funds are not used to extend the life of out-of-state coal plants. What this measure does, simply put, is it closes a loophole in current law that allows utilities serving less than 75,000 customers to avoid compliance with EPS. This ensures all utilities, regardless of size, are treated equally under the law. It also prohibits the California Public Utilities Commission from charging customers if the charges extend the life of the coal plant in question out of state. There are alternative investments that provide better long-term value to customers, and the charges that do not support state and regional goals for the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. This is a first step because out-of-state utilities like PacifiCorp have significant coal generation that, if California customers are charged for, will greatly increase the amount of per capita overhaul GHGs attributable to the state of California. Again, what this does is this closes that loophole. There is no opposition, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on this item? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I Anderson. Bates. Anderson, no. Bates. Bell. I Berryhill. Block. I Canella. De Leon. I Fuller. No. Gaines. No. Galgioni. I Glazer. I Hall. I Hancock. I Hernandez. I Hertzberg. I Hill. I Wesso. I Huff. Jackson. I Lara. I Leno. I Leva. I Liu. I McGuire. I Mendoza. I Mitchell. I Monning. I Morlock. No. Morell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. No. Pan. I Pavley. I Roth. I Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. I Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members, please.
Bates. No. Berryhill. Canella. Huff. Runner.
Ayes 26, noes 10. The measure passes. Returning to motions and resolutions, this is the time to bring up adjourn in memory motions if you so desire. Motions and resolutions. Senator Leyva.
Madam President, members, it is with great sadness that I ask that we adjourn in memory today of Annie Moore, resident of San Bernardino and mother of Doug Moore, the executive director of the United Domestic Workers. Annie was a woman of great faith and prayer. She grew up in Louisiana, married the love of her life, Douglas Moore Sr., and moved to California. Throughout her life, she worked in many occupations, her most favorite being a nurse. Not a surprise, given that her family and friends knew her to be an all-around caring and compassionate human being. Annie's spirit led her to actively support many organizations, including the Military and Veterans Affairs, City of Hope, Alzheimer's Foundation, and the Diabetes Association. Today, the California State Senate stands with the Moore family as they mourn their tremendous loss following Annie's passing. I hope, members, that you'll join me in adjourning in the memory of Annie Moore.
Thank you so much. Senator Nguyen.
Oh, adjournment?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, I ask that you join me in adjourning in memory of Amin David, who was well respected in Orange County as an activist for the Latino community. He passed away on Saturday night at the age of 83 in his Anaheim home. Mr. David moved to California from Mexico after becoming a citizen of the United States. He founded the group Los Amigos of Orange County in 1978. This organization promotes education, civil rights, public safety, government transparency, and the arts for members of Southern California's Latino community. He continued to serve as president of Los Amigos until 2012, using his position to promote human rights for members from all cultural backgrounds. Additionally, he chaired the Orange County Human Relations Commission and was also the first Latino appointed to the Anaheim Planning Commission in 1971. He is survived by his family and 4 children. I ask that we send our deepest sympathies to his families and friends. Thank you.
Thank you. And will both senators please bring the names forward so they can be properly noted in the daily file. Any other motions or resolutions, colleague? If there's no other business, Senator De Leon, the desk is clear.
Madam President, thank you very much. Colleagues, good productive day of work today. This was in reaction to the other day where we had 2 bills that we spent an inordinate amount of time on those bills. So we have to keep working this file to make sure, we're at parity where we need to be so we don't have a large train wreck, in the next 2 weeks. So tomorrow we will reconvene at 9 a.m. and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the Thursday. Thank you.
The Senate will be in recess until 3:30 p.m., at which time the adjournment motion will be made. We will reconvene Friday, tomorrow at 9 a.m.